Hey, Michael Rands here with Dozuki. I wanted to go over a couple things. We're going to look at making a revision, sending that off to be approved, and then following through that approval workflow and taking a look at what that looks like. So this is a guide that I made when I first started with Dozuki. It's refilling the water on our espresso machine in our office. So we're just going to add a step at the end here, and I'll show you what that looks like. So to add a step, we're just going to hit this plus sign, and it'll give us a brand new one here. So let's add a picture. I have saved an image of a fat dog for just this purpose. So we'll pull that up. There he is. And then we'll put a note in here. Don't forget to walk the dog. And that is important. So we're going to change this bullet point to a caution. Could also do a note or reminder, but I like this red caution symbol here. We're going to save that. And then we'll go to our approval process. And this is where you can choose which approval workflow you're going to send it to. There's a major release and a minor release. Minor release is something like punctuation or something really small that doesn't need to, that you don't want a notification sent out to everybody saying that a new version is out and they should go check it out, that kind of thing. Major release is like adding a step like we're doing, changing a picture if it's important. Basically, the distinction is when you have the major release, it's something that everybody needs to go take a look at and understand the new item, whereas a minor release, it's just touching things up, making it more professional, that kind of thing. So this is a major release because we're adding a step, and I'm choosing my safety approval workflow. This is just myself for the sake of this tour here. So we'll save that. And then we are ready to view our draft, make sure we like the way this thing looks. So we'll go all the way to the bottom here. There's that dog. Here's our note. Don't forget to walk the dog. All right, that all looks good. So we'll send this off for approval. So publish version. Then it'll take us to this page. So first our title, and this isn't actually changing the title of the guide itself. It'll still be refilling water in the espresso machine. This can just be refilling water, V7 or something like that. And then we'll make our publish date right now. But what we could do is, we could make 10 guides that are due next month, just do them all in one day, knock them out, and then set them to publish, when we actually want them published. But this way you can kind of catch up on work and do things when you have time for them and then publish them when you prefer they be published. Release notes, new step about walking the dog. We're going to choose that this is a major version, so this will send it off to our major version approval workflow, which is myself. But say you have, major versions need to go to your safety team and minor versions just go to an editor, or, however your company is set up, you can create custom workflows and then choose them in this screen so that it's always going to the correct person. All right, everything looks good here, so we'll publish that. And now it says awaiting approval. And it also says, because I am the admin, it also says a version of this guide needs your approval. Normally the author wouldn't see that, only the admin would, but since I'm both, I'm getting both notifications. And I just got an email too. So on top of the email, I have this notification up here in the corner. So I'm going to click on that, and it says input is required. So let's follow that and see what we see. So this is the approval screen here. This is what your approvers will see when they go in to approve the document. So I have to check over everything that's changed before it will allow me to sign off on this. Just make sure that the person approving this document isn't just skimming through it. So we'll start at the top, release notes, step order changed. That's what's new. So let's look at the details. This will show us our document and it'll highlight for us what's changed. Before there was nothing, after we got our dog post here. So that looks good. We'll mark that as reviewed and we'll go to the next change. Now here we get a closer look. We see the picture, we see the text, type of change, step created. Let's view the details. It's all new, so there's not much to see. There's not really a distinction to make. Mark that as reviewed, finish. Now over on the side here. So I could have gone straight to those through these bumps here, but you have to approve everything before it'll let you sign off on it. And then this will tell you who else, if I'm on a team of 6 people who are allowed to make approvals, this will show me who else is in there and who else is signed off. So we can add notes here. We can say, looks great, put in our password, and then approve. Or if it's not up to snuff, we can, dog could be fatter, and then we can reject it. And then that'll send it back to the author with what needs to be changed, and they can make that change. But we're going to go ahead and approve this. And it will publish out to everybody. And I just got another email. Approval request stage is finished. You're good to go there. And then it says up at the top here that a new version's released. So this is a notification that the author will get telling them that you approved it, and it's also a notification that any operator who this is part of their job, they'll also get that telling them, hey, go check out this guide. There's a new version out. And whether or not they follow that, they'll still see the new version when they sign in for work. So they'll never be working off an old one. They don't need to do any kind of action to make that new thing show up. But it gives them a heads up. Hey, don't just autopilot your way through this because something's changed. You should go, see what changed so that you're paying attention. So that's pretty much it, guys. Start to finish. It's pretty easy. This is 6.5 minutes to make the revision, send it off for approval, and approve it. So it's a pretty quick system. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one.